George is the
Hi,
billing
George.
director.
Hi, how you doing?
This is Mr. Garza. I
Hi.
talked to him about your billing concerns.
Yes, and George, just so you know, I always record because it's part of my condition. But I'm not recording you, I'm just recording the conversation. Or
I understand.
All right.
That's your right to do. Okay.
that's my right to do, it's okay.
Yes.
Well, I've never been told that in the past by anybody, inclusive of from the sheriff's office, the chief of police, the Department of Public Health. They've all told me that, I can't. So it's very interesting to see that when I go to a place that really does provide health care and cares about its patients, what a difference it is from the Department of Public Health and the rigged system.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that it's illegal to tape someone's conversation that is not aware of it. But since
Well, that's
you're doing
wiretapping. Video recording is not illegal, especially under Title II.
Mm-hmm.
I have a case of what's called an adjustment disorder. I cannot adjust to disorder. I have also in my home a signed confession from where the Department of Public Health broke federal law and had my case thrown out of federal court. And they signed a confession admitting they had broken federal law and left me for dead. So as you can see, part of me under programmatic access, because I've been betrayed, now requires, because of my disability, that I can't adjust to disorder, and I can prove that that's all I've ever been given by the Department of Public Health in the city of San Francisco.
Okay.
That under programmatic access, it's like somebody having a service dog. This is my little thing to help me. And it's not about getting in somebody's face and invading their privacy. It's just that when, the Department of Public Health has repeatedly, shall we say, spun the reality of what's actually going on.
Sure, I understand. Okay, let me get
Please.
Get to the gist of why I'm here.
Please.
Which is that to basically explain to you that because you're not enrolled as a healthy San Francisco patient, that
Can I explain to you that I did try to enroll and was denied by the Department of Public Health, and there was no appeal process. So, while I understand that you're saying that because I'm not, it's not my fault.
okay, I understand. By any chance, do you recall why they denied you?
You'd have to ask the Department of Public Health.
Okay, well, here's the deal. Your provider, Catherine, she wants to be able to provide you complete, quality of care. Part of that includes needing to, maybe order an EKG, maybe to order some blood work, that sort of thing. If she orders the blood work, for example, that gets sent to San Francisco General Hospital, who interprets the blood specimen results.
And who do they bill for that?
They will bill you because you have a residence address. Now, I understand that you are in a homeless situation, that you do qualify as a homeless patient because you're, indigent and you're in a transit situation. But in order for the hospital not to bill you, you would have to go to General to talk to their eligibility folks.
You mean San Francisco General that broke emergency law in 2001, and when I took them to federal court, lied? You're sending a person with a psychiatric disability back to the lawbreakers who have never explained to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, again,
with a written confession,
right,
who've never come clean, who took an oath to do no harm, and you want to send me back to the perpetrators.
Well, what I'm saying, sir, is that what we're talking about is...
Can I inform you of something, please? Under California Health and Welfare, I believe it's the Welfare Institution Code 10,000, all indigent care must be paid for through the county. So I think you need to take up my indigent care with the county and have them pay for it and not bill me, because I will not ruin my credit, be billed for something, and then have to deal with the Department of Public Health, which has already broken the law and not been accountable.
Okay, I understand your point, but at the same time, I need to make you aware. We are a federally funded nonprofit clinic. We have no affiliation with the city and county as it relates
Then treat me under indigent care.
Okay, we are treating you under that care here, but it's the lab work. If Catherine orders lab work on you, that goes to the hospital.
I'm sorry, for me to get my care, if lab work needs to be done, I still, fall under being indigent, and those services have to be provided according to California Welfare Code. And it's not my problem who pays the bill, but I certainly will not agree to be billed for it and have it ruin my credit, having told the truth been excluded from help all my life, telling the truth, and the other side breaking the law and not being accountable. In other words, sir, it's not my problem.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, sir, it is your problem.
Unfortunately, sir, it is not my problem. I am.
You do not control San Francisco.
And I do not
General
control the
Hospital.
law, which requires that I receive health care under indigent care.
Okay.
So let's
All
just
of that-
enforce that law.
All of that may be correct, but
Correct.
it's up to you as the consumer to take that issue up with the folks at San Francisco General
And I
Hospital.
have, and I've been screwed with them in the past, and you're throwing me back to perpetrators who don't follow the law, who are not compliant, who are unaccountable. So no, I don't choose to get back into something where I'm going to continue to get screwed as I have been consistently in the past, and I have the proof of it.
Okay.
We don't contract with any other laboratory, however.
Still not my problem. I'm seeking health care, primary care. If that's not my problem. My problem is to tell you the truth and have you guys work it out however you can.
Unfortunately, sir, you are mistaken. In this context,
I am mistaken.
Yes, you are
So
mistaken.
what is it you're trying to tell me? I won't receive
What
indigent care?
What I'm trying to explain to you is that we don't have any control over San Francisco General Hospital's billing system. It's that organization that is sending out the bill for blood specimens sent to them that they interpret the results
Then you need to send it to somebody else, because I will not take the bill. And I've already told you that San Francisco General, I already have a signed confession from them having broken federal law against me. Would you like to send me back to the priest that molested me?
Okay, well,
Not my problem. I'm the one who's dead right.
yeah. Unfortunately, he's mistaken, and I don't know what else there is I can tell him.
True.
Thank you.
So what I would like to do is to possibly treat, it's called a reflux dyspepsia condition, which can be caused by stress and eating. And I'd like to give you this informational handout and also recommend over-the-counter medication, or we have samples of
I'm
medication.
very confused. If I'm having heart palpitations and I need this EKG and this blood work, as a doctor, having full knowledge that, I could walk out the door and, possibly have a heart attack or something, all you're going to do is give me this by the wayside, over-the-counter medication stuff? I mean, how is that ethical as a doctor?
I haven't. I'm beginning with one problem at a time. And
Well, I want qualified primary care, which means that I should be able to receive everything that I'm looking for in a reasonable time. I've just been told that I'm not going to receive blood tests and everything else because of the way that this is set up, which is in violation of what I believe are my medical rights. But, I've disagreed often in the past with others, and it's always been amazing that at the end I'm the one who's right. In the meantime, I'm continually being harmed.
I'm sorry that you're upset.
I'm sorry that I'm not getting the help telling the truth. I'm sorry that you're standing here and instead of helping, finding ways to, say, well, I'm sorry. That's not acceptable from a doctor to me. A doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. I have told you nothing but the truth. You're wise enough to know that it's the truth. You're also probably wise enough to know that the system is all screwed up. I don't want to be the victim of it. Please, doctor.
Perhaps I'd like to finish my
Please.
overview, and I'd like to suggest an alternative for you as well. My first concern I'd like to address with you is the acid reflux. The second is your elevated heart rate. The third is your oral pharyngeal exudate on your throat. And the fourth is your adjustment disorder. So I'm going to go step by step.
Please.
Please let me finish.
Yes, please.
The foods that you're eating when you're able to eat could be contributing to your upset stomach. I recommend you stay away from the greasy foods and the acidic foods.
What does that mean?
The Chinese food has a lot of sometimes.
So how do I eat?
Recent
Because that's
oil.
the only way I am able to eat is, cheap Chinese or something. So how do I eat? So, I only eat maybe once a day, so that's saying don't eat anymore?
No, you could.
Chinese.
But, that's what's cheap. That's what's available. It's not like I have a life. It's not like I have any help. It's not like I haven't asked for...
Cheap doesn't help.
It's not like I haven't asked for housing help. It's not like I haven't asked for medical help. It's not like I haven't asked. It's just never been provided because the law is never followed. So it's not really my problem. I agree with you. I would love to eat better.
Okay.
Can we deal with the reality that, I barely eat, I barely have any money? So how can we play this into what you want, given this reality?
Could purchase wheat bread, peanut butter. The farmer's market has affordable fruits and vegetables. You could purchase steamed vegetables with meat at the restaurants that don't have the oils in it. You could ask for that. You could ask for brown rice. You could have pasta that doesn't have red sauce on it.
So eating spaghetti the way I eat spaghetti has been bad for me. The red sauce, the tomato sauce has been another thing. And that's something I eat because it's something I can cook at home and spread out over a long period of time because, like I said, I barely get by. I pay my rent and I'm pretty much broke.
I'd like to give you some samples of Prilosec, which is an acid reduction medicine. Because when you're having acid reflux and vomiting, the acid from your stomach damages the esophageal integrity and it can cause major damage. So I'd like you to begin taking the Prilosec every day to see if it helps with your stomach discomfort and the nausea and the vomiting. It's taken once a day, half an hour before a meal.
I've had it before.
Second, your palpitations could be a lot of things. Your heart rate is equal and regular. Many people have a high pulse. I myself run high. A normal pulse is between 60 to 100. Some people run over. Situations of stress can cause a higher pulse. Smoking can cause higher pulse. So that could be what it is.
Not eating well, severe depression.
We can't do an EKG today that would be covered under our umbrella of care. I would like to do that.
What does that mean?
You would have to lie very still.
No, but I'm just saying I won't be billed is what you're saying when you say under your umbrella of care?
It's here. Anything, services here that are not sent out can be done here. So I'd like to do that. And
I'm not going to get billed for any of this today that we're doing all this. I mean, I won't be billed through the consortium or anything else.
George described to you that you would be billed if you were given lab work to do.
So does that mean that no, I will not be billed for everything that's going on here in this consortium?
That is my belief. However, I'm not.
Can we verify before we go? Because I would hate for you to be wrong.
Okay. Next, let's talk about your throat. Your throat could be your oral hygiene that looks bad. It could be a yeast infection in the mouth. I don't know how long it's there. The best thing to do would be to culture it to see what the organism is and then treat it. However, what I'd like you to do if you're not already doing it is to begin oral hygiene, like brushing and flossing twice a day and rinsing, if you can, with mouthwash.
Sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't even get out of bed for 2 days.
Okay.
So, twice a day and
You can bake
all
separate.
these other things that you talk about, oral hygiene and everything else. I agree with you. These are things that should be done for somebody who has a life. I want to feel like I have a life, to get back to it, to want to be that highly concerned. When you're in a survival mode like I have been, just trying to eat every day and to try to get your health care and fighting impossible odds, I can only improve in small little steps.
Well, maybe some of these practices will help.
I'm not disagreeing, I'm just being honest like I've been all along.
this is a list of local community mental health centers.
I think we had this conversation, and when they all don't help and don't work, because I can tell you that West Side doesn't provide. Already been there. I can tell you St. Anthony's doesn't provide. Already called them up. I can tell you Haight-Ashbury doesn't provide. I've already been, excluded. Oh, I've been through a lot of these things, but I will be more than happy to go take people's names, tell you where the faults are, if we're going to work together on improving it and making sure that it's accountable, doctor. If not, then you can waste your time with things that aren't going to apply. But if I'll be happy to waste my time, and go, and then when they don't apply, come back to you so that we can get it fixed so that it'll help somebody else. Under those conditions, I will be happy to go through each and every one on the list, knowing that it's going to get fixed. I hear some silence, some hesitation on your part, doctor.
I wish I could be a policy advocate.
And I understand that you're breaking up, and I understand why.
Yeah, let her go.
Yeah, I understand why. But once again, I'm the victim.
Here you are. I'm sorry I've been upset. I'm sorry about your lack of care. And I hope that you can find the care that you need.
That's why I'm here.
You look into Kaiser.
That's why I'm here. Kaiser doesn't give away charity care.
Obama-
Neither does
OBAMACARE will be expanding coverage.
Madam. I couldn't even get Medicare to be accountable. Why should Obamacare be accountable?
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I don't usually get upset.
But why are you upset?
You upset her.
Why? Telling the truth?
No.
Well, she just said she wanted to be a policy advocate, so she obviously knows the truth. And she's helpless.
Thank you.
Okay, so will I be seeing now what? What's my next thing for, this SOAP, this plan, this assessment, to continue? Or will I just be abandoned here like I have been in the past by everybody else?
I will verify that the EKG will be covered. We'll perform the EKG and then we'll have you on your way.
And does that mean I come back for primary care, or on my way, you're, too bad we can't help you, let's wash our hands?
You can return.
Will
However, I
however.
don't know if we're the best fit for each other.
So does that mean I'm not entitled to care?
You
Because
are,
we're
but I
not.
don't know if we're able
So then,
to work
at what
with
point
each
do I
other.
get my rights for the medical care, my legal rights and my medical rights observed? If that is your feeling, can you send in a drone or a robot or somebody so that I can still get what's required by law? And omit the feelings, get what is required by law. Can we have some professionalism to do no harm? Well, the things that you don't like, madam, I haven't liked for years. Now I think you understand why I am the way I am.
We can see each other again,
I want to make it better for everybody.
but I practice in a way that I will be explaining care, education, and if my patients do not accept care, I can.
I've never turned down care. I've told you what the pitfalls are and how I don't receive it. And even having the law broken.
The limitations of my medical practice.
To do no harm. You have a limitation to do no harm.
I cannot fix policy. I cannot make the general do things that.
But you can continue to play in a rigged system and offer false hope. That's medically sound to do no harm policy.
I'm not trained to be a philosopher, so I'm going to step out right now.
Well, apparently, being a doctor and providing no harm, the training on that's pretty bad too at this point. Thank you.
What is she gonna send somebody in here?
Well, I don't know. Is she going to send somebody in here? Have I been abandoned?
Mr. Russell's coming next.
Whoever you want to send, hey, I've got my video recorder on and I'm telling the truth. And it's not me who has a problem. She's acknowledging it's the system. It's the policy. She can't change the policy. But I can continue to suffer under bad policy. No, sorry. Legally and medically, this is what's required by law.
What the cost for a medical, a blood test is.
No. When they refuse and mistreat me, then we'll just leave and post it on YouTube just to continue to show that, hey, what more can any civilized human being do?
You're gonna run into a.
Anyway, let me turn this off.